TVXYZ, Saturday, the 15th of August 2026. Emrason say de Abranaa so jumedie ebreo. Impempi no ene memeneda. A lot ebeko weddings nti e ka say congratulations to them. Won so awoye eye ene nekeka ho na wonderful ato ni nyina nso no. Yes say ye mamoshede. Condolences to the entire families. Now, in the course of the week, in Sembibre, ena ECC, na dodo na so no, ye bomoden se ye sone so a, ne hu hia se fata se ye ne o echiche na onso de wadwen kire eba no. Eno ne na no pe yatena se wo Abranaa so dwumedie so e wo TV XYZ. Yeah, yes, so live on Facebook/TVXYZ. Na also obetumi de wadwenkyerɛ nyina aba. Ni omu ne se yo oman Ghana mu, yeah, yebeka se as a nation as we are building no, nyama bebre na ehia as akadie for the development of the nation. One of those no, the lives are protected and I say yankasa yenkwa, yeah, yehwe modern, yehwe abo modern say betumi akraso yie. Obi abewu de omso obi abewu se nyankopon nkunkura wa be penye ebeku but se wo be sorry anopa na unim se kwa mi kwei no me de mekra ekwa kwose driver bi nsa ema nakumi. It's one of the issues I had dwen ye pa because yet yen kan bi shemu just let's Thursday ye twemu ya and this accident happened on the Ofanko stretch. Nipa 12 actually munkwa yeah one ke bin shame anopa just before even 6 o'clock akobebon kokroko was sorry anopa say woko unjuma so wokoya wamba. So you ask yourself the distance between time I was sorry if you won keteso to the distance between time we no na or that's or dayempo na ka wan sorry a nka we beka say emfaso e wo so but ankobasa e say yeko yeba yebedi san komo esan se ene wo share the street light ese nka yenya na etumi eboa na ekwan so eye kama so that drivers betumi hu nanim na ebetumi prevent some of these deaths no ene street light abeya asem kese ye paida ho because if you look at the analysis even for the first quarter of a year 2026 here we have a little above 1,009 people nipa apem ene enkron ya wo hwe won kwa by road accident. 1,009 lost their lives through road accident. Yebedi san common because the Department of Feeder Roads, the Department of Urban Roads, Ministry of Roads and Highways, quite ben so and I'm more share to the extent say even before this accident happened in 2021, then Minister for Greater Accra Region, Henry Korte, from November 1, 2021. Who abobo yabia on our major highways. We are told say of Anko accident ye no. It was as a result of abobo in accident on the first start no, which led to the other cars na nyina ebenya accident to the extent nipa 12 or munkwa. We ask what has happened to that directive? Abobo ya omuna nkwan no so anyhow anywhere. So that directive say MMDAs no within their jurisdiction pe and abobo ya entinan. What has happened to that conversation? Ebedi sound common. The other issue I will look at also is the energy sector bribery scandal. Yeah, ababeto jai. Because over the period, Ghana always no, we enter into emergency power sector agreement. We will sa in common because we know say currently aban esanso share say AXA Energy almost share kwan said they will enter into some 900 megawatt agreement with them. The 370 megawatt agreement you could see saying the 270 megawatt agreement in the Ashanti region. We'll look at that conversation as well. And then now Munso, the robbery attack yanka koso laboni within the banking sector. Ebedi sound common. Udimuka say yes, police for when ejuma say obehwe na wasuso yes and say media no obi ekodi ewudi sem say the police duty is just to ensure say obeso ano. And so if the police has been able to fall this you can say robbery attacks there's no need say Yebeka say na police for idea. That's one school of thought. The other school of thought they say yes, say police no nejuma, but then if police has been able to do this, say about ambaso na share one crime. Ebedi sa nkomo so, and then we'll look at some other issues anope yebe neo ebeche adwen afa. But to start off, no, you look at the transport sector, GPRTU especially. Jumedie ben ena wodi den na obefa so aye ama Ghana etumi enya ne ntomapa efra me wisdom Hededzome wushiamia from nyansa meje oso me dane me ho aba it's early morning but ebe cooling break. When I come back my beja fo atina se na yahwe nkomo a edidi so anopai.
The average human body mass should have at least 60% water for optimal performance in any physical or mental exercise. We can help you maintain it naturally. Natural mineral water. Simply natural. For bulk purchase, call 0596 273 546 or 0596 273 547. This advert is FDA approved.
Stay back and stay safe. National Petroleum Authority. Ebo bibia kokose. Se fuel tank enya kwenshia ne dania. Men ko ho nkwaye wadwen se. Okwosisa petrol anafango no. Ena afenso. Menye wadwen se wo ben fuel tank enya kwenshia ne ho. Akwa kodwetwa videos ana pictures. Na petrol anafango wo hwenso. Uhua ko wo mu a enye sunsun asobone. Ewo apomeden semso. Fango nso eho ahometinti no. Enfomso akitu ebi ebetumi ameja tom amana gise wom. Eba ne sa nipa dodo timi femu hihye ehwe mo nkwa emeja pade dodo na nso esei aya fredum je dwumayefo ana posifo no mo mehwe nso ano wutumi nso efre National Petroleum Authority ewo 0302 550 380 kaise wonkwa wo hoi eho hia bebre esen sa fango no kokoboi National Petroleum Authority ene de bro.
Peace of mind is very essential in your journey to success. For Akwesi Papa, peace of mind means having a proper covering over his family. Literally. For Araba, aka Injection Mama, it's about having the funds to complete her advanced nursing course. And as for Corporal Odami, it's as simple as reporting on time for his shifts. Sometimes all you need is a simple push. At Needs Microfinance, we have tailor-made loan packages for salaried workers under the Controller General's Department. With the low interest rate and quick wahala-free process, you are guaranteed of a timely solution to get back that peace of mind, literally in 30 minutes. Needs Microfinance. Growing with you.
Abranaa so on TVXYZ. So let's go straight to our first conversation. Now, here share the transport sector. The accident at ACC and how you be to me ashe na ya so ano Ibrahim Alhassan Church for paying General Secretary the Ghana National Cargo Transport Association or also a member of the Ghana Road Transport Coordinating Council. Ghana Route Transport Coordinating Council. Ibrahim, good morning. Makwaba.
Morning.
Sanso ena yaw berema kasama for the True Drivers Union. Driver for ya wakano krepa ewo oman Ghana mu yaw.
Yansa.
Akwaba.
Yeah.
Isha yache.
Say abuane friend kakapeno. Ofun takra no yi mu free na busuem. But there's no friend ameba. Ona un friend me.
Yeah, mame found shase the transport sector. The accident I see of Fanko. Dodona Eka say we was a very, very preventable accident. Yes, enka ibe to me nanka yesiano because utie the narrative ye feed the Ghana National Fire Service or eyewitness accounts by and I just this accident could have been prevented.
Yo, the nasina yenchia arifu nyina. Na we weka say the see nano yawada medasunko arehusem edema omamuni nyina. Ya can see no we acha in 1 week ye no na eto nso twai obi aka say tu twa na obua kumne de afi kura na yebi kum pa
afi na
yebi nyada ye kum pa
oka kosi say
me kire mu wi a onu wahwefo nyina beti ase hwe corona yetimu no ya dwuma na ye no omamuni nyina ja adwuma ne se emfa obi a ho de aja sabi ye ntibonko mekanisa ya nkane ya enipa nkwa na ahwere no asem si what is a transport ministry akamu asem what is a government no akamu asem obi ayedi because enye emupre ne hwe ho nebu transport transport adwuma na ye nso no etisa asrafo adwuma ebi na nsuo so ebi na mriem ebi na masase so this other aye wo navy your air force na ahuafo yi omo etimi na mhihie yi ase mutimi bibia bi ye mu bia de nimtia so obehwa attention a ye de ma eye aviation say ka aviation na
aeroplane
we be say gina bia ne enwe hihie no o attention o mamu ni na de ma good eno pa ho a omo nam nsuo so eye shape ni ade no eno so attention na ye nyina ye de ma sa attention bi ye de ma ye ya ye nam ka kwan so na
is it not the case the risk factors involved no
never
shape airplane higher compared to ya nam from
plane no hwe ho na nipa nwotwe ne wi ya ka no bo ho a nipa 40 timito anya hwe kura ndo ade na yesese dumenu eno ye de record o omo makobu hospital no bi eni akiri bi eno ye fedi kofie ko no eno kura de ye wu nkan eno no emfa ye ho na mame mboro na nado di nkomu bi mmebi o se order bi dai ewo bi ya meboa so bi the plane show na wu na ya kan so bi show no wu a ya nso fu obi no wu a ya meboa na yen transport no moja transport na boye nko aso bi edikan ye mo obi akeke enkotwi aeroplane ye mo obi akeke enkotwi ship enso eba transport na sa na ehu eye ka ye nam from sa na ehu anka otuwo ya ukra bi mo nyam kama sabi wadwi mabobi o opon show be 2-3 hours ya na onso waba station say wo bebu adwuma onim dia ko nya school mu wo de be ye transport bia pa che se nka nema ba ko bi wa anka ebebua ya ma apija adwuma na na meboa denti amerika se ye mo jama ye no enti se ye koto aba na wo so nim nyansa wo nto se nkwase afo be wa koto na se bi o mato ayi kwase na kwase no so be di mo aso ye won ko fo ko we mu bebe o mo ye university egu dem e mo mo maame mo eton koko esan to aduane mu omudi san kofu koi omo akonya se omo nim die o makosua bi wu awu eniama ba ku mu no mbetimi dia beboa transport onye ofa from no kopie Libya nam desert so akopie Italy no akotwi taxi wo
right. If you look at those dynamics, Rebecca say the conditions are better. But then again, my member Ibrahim. So I'll come back to you. Then Yebeshe the support base now Okano because Okano say there's no support base from the Aban civil society and Ankofa or more matter in all of this. GRTCC, the Ghana Road Transport Coordinating Council. Mo ena say dwumedi ya yaw eka nyina no ehye mo nse. Bi mo ka say I say mo akoda hwemfa mo ho. Ye bi wa ye
yo Mr. Wisdom me da say ye di kan me chia wo ehia ahwefo na e fasa kwanya we so e di achia e cargo industry am say me church of Penima Ghana National Cargo Transport Association as a member ma say na wo di kan e di to odwa no am say me fi payment mende dey anope dodo na age emre ehwe awba cargo station okofo di opposite exercise am hwe dendenden na nkoma ye di fa esan esi ye di kan Misa Esre dia kwanya dia ma ebusia ende ya wada na esiye moto lebia meka asembi sese ese akwanhyesi a bo efie esa bo kru enam se ebusu di nkoma nda ya wada accident esi o highway sesu akra nkwa be se dum minu aye 12 na hweye ebinum papa ebinum maame ebinum ma ebi obi o breadwinner wo on adov di ni na ya hwram yen bi say mo say eba ne say na sade we see here as a transport industry no dem one say na menu ya bi kan no eba say ebia yen hwe kwanso jojojo me de ho ma say de say mo hwe ni na ye wo agency dudu say hwe ye wo ko ye memu under Ministry of Road Ministry of Transport ye wo ko road safety authority am say de ne dey ana ye bi kan so no e driver ni so was said any day. Nti akwanhye esisi ekwanso na no ye na factor be contribute to one ejina say one efa ese eye wo driver ni was said any day na so ye say e bia driver ni obekura ehyen impemfo say hwe eye DVL ebe acquire driver's license dey amount ejina so ben na mudina so edema ni na wo ndi etese ni na so amohwe ansa na ekwanso jojojo me dey ye di and so na authority and say institution say road safety authority no then she show dey go kwa mu say na dey da no ye ni nka say abobo ye yibi and cross so ye but so far report in Bible until is alleged.
I mean this is not an alleged issue. I mean so per the fire service for report by the PR of the National Fire Service, the PR department, they were there on the grounds. As well as eyewitnesses say what Eka say the Abubuya was on its way going and a car be born hit and ran so it changed and a rider no if you so at all form into while other cars no speedily no there's some slow down so that omo emfa emu so and on the command the other cars never crash into the Abubuya into the other drivers now on also no the police car nearby no ebe park and a truck mo truck ya tipper trucks cargo dealers no mo car back ball the police car no, which also resulted in other cars no crashing into the others. Into this not the case of it's alleged.
Mr. Wisdom, say na me kan no report no. Em say ni na media houses in na tete. Yeah, ye fan this na then they contribute to ye. Ye fan hon me na ehwe.
Okay.
Say time no, say na wo intro no time na esi ye no. Then wo hwe yes highway ni so a. No be brave highway ni so a street light. That time no street light na e fan share ye djuma na say nye djuma ni na contribute to say Abubuya ni tisi mu no o hwe so o hwe chi ana so o hwe Abubuya most no any side driver me o it is e bi o tisi so o hwe
e bi wo
Abubuya do na I know yes most of them but e ko ni ma omo tase bola ni na se for no one can say Mr. Wido obeji adanse say to the bone who we no say o sikwa mu a o hwe ni chi a hardly or dan enti na nim no olusu concentration we na so contribute enti ebema kwan mu no emu nda hoye ma no enti sade we na ya de bi a maintenance say eba be legalize tricycle ne okada ne na se for enti say we na test case and pay for some hwe no mo hwe say kwan ben so enti tie ben na de be mo because kwan me kai say na bra ya okai no enka ne Greater Accra Regional Minister o sekesi so say highway be on plan my so but na say no I say yasa abras enti no asinete esi ye de no kwanya me factors be pre ho no my contribute ye e driver ni wasede ne the answer na wo awuti esi kwan wasede ne na ye ko e say ehwe kwan e be fa so a ye di ye betu ye ma asundwe na aba because driver ni de wakwa be fi asundwe mu driver ni eni de wakwa be fi asundwe ne say driver ni we a breadwinner ewo abusua me mfa say abusua ni nani da so na okọ na wakra wo ye na o ma say wo aba na wamba e di se bebre na eba nti we na ya de bi e say de impemfo hwe na education say who that be said anything any yes we said anything now ma at the end of the day na ya contribute to one factor.
I was just doing some quick research on your outfit, and I realized say more transport unions now more need the interest of the passengers at heart. The money say you two petrol mu 250 pesos, you two diesel mu 120 pesos. Intino yento ashenka to abuomu. Let's increase transport fare. That's all you do, because enke bani say and enka GPRT then you have these splinter unions. You only true drivers union, or China concerned drivers union, or China way. All of these people know they are selfish interest. Yeah.
Selfish interest. Go for a mood. Because how can you drive a who say a car GPRT officials be sanctioned? No one can tell. Na mo charge on approve first. Yo, ma na say me don for back wo Kumasi ofribu anim Kumasi fade on fa show in there bro. So anya kwanhia e fa na kosia brefi akos speedy recovery ye ya me be o say ye na do ko hwe ho ti fa che ye wisdom we say chrono freedom of association. Ema minim se school se wo kosua adwuma bia nanka wadwen ne se unya BBC a nka obeko nanso ene aha na wote TVS wazi ene zo chese we service interest ana there be GPRT your mother body ye gitum association opa na wodom ena mra ne se obia wo ho kwan se o join association a ope ena me choose say me join True Drivers Union me nye bone nti yen hye ho na se na efa kwanhia ho nsem no na me ka asem bi say omamu ni nyina eja aboye so, which is true because usha ya kwan kra ye nam so a ha adwen a yese ye nyina ye ma ye ni ekọ ho ba bia accident ni si ye no se emra ene kwa ho nhyehyɛ ye okuru no mu yi a se tricycle eni kwa se nkefa ho mimi ya kwanya eko US me ko hu ne ma bebre ye kwa yesu so na man bi say Israel ni dim say wo rim ensa ni nyina wa asase so enti so mutimi ye ade na eyeyi a yen sa de kro ne ntimi ye wa ma ne yi Kofi Annan timi ye UN General Secretary of Ghana enti nyansa e wa abofo no bitim na bia na we yensu yetim baby ya trosa e bus lane me nya sure say yellow cab and I say boat ni Uber and I would can taxi in general use sa lane no
okay US by they say okay yellow cab and
I said the one okay omo use sa lane no ana meboa na yeti ya ibisa say nhye be mpo ni ya ma motorbikes and a tricycle ye nyina ya nam sa kwan yi so eho no eye highway a sembra ewokro we mu pa nhye ye adwuma tricycle no okopede e wo sa kwan ni so do cause so accident no okopede e wo so na ye kanon so yeso wutu eye aginamoafo no na wutu akuransofo hwe accident no a lot if we had driver phone bebre about 70 to 80% eye ya e hono na me no mamu ni nyina wo house moja boye nko ayeso because ya ye me say ase obi a went me anya akwanya anko school onko transport transport nso ya de a esombo kese pa o mai bi a transport no ya ye me ye na o mai ne kwa anim hwe sey ya ye de enam kruwe mu big man bi anya akwanya no tukwa na oba V8 cars akese ni kro mo beboa yes for desert so me kopia buchi ko di pa na e ba na atokago eye sprinter ne 207 ni abetwitwa se Ghana for the betem breso enti why na adwen o man no anything na make us mo jai transport no e be amase bi tibon kosofo sanya sa ko faso ma driving license ukuru no a problem kwaya fa so hwe ye car empomudi e wokru e problem why na check organizer for organizer unim say be timi ma akwanhia ba because car no a e ko fa road no so no ensuo to a e wose na ebu a car na mframa egum ewie ba e wo mframa esewum enso kodu kwanchen organizer bi si ho tibo nkoso fuwe so onim mframa do ese odugum organizer odunsu no odunsu nim opompe taiwe no de ntesu afa vibe na de nsa bompum oseko ebe wi ase no kura aka na steering no de do nsem sa na yakwa kofo akwahia mechanic fo okuru mu na check sa microphone ana ya drink was so mo sitin na akwahia ba me yenya ma adwuma ayo bi na ono se wakosua ho adwuma me ka se ya on the best area de aba me ebi woko a waje osika se okoto ade ne de abehye no oko a no akwa press budget that ye the spray bia spray mu te say the water home use no de aba so challenge no na wo koto ba o se yenye papa wo de no mfa nhyeda enti atrimodin aye nyina ye pe ye nua bu no se ne mo ka bu ye so no sanso na process bi nso gina kwa mu a ka na eba na enye instead of so obechi ka no ayi mu nipa amma omawe passengers na be di process atem na process so esu atem di nti no so agiska mu ko akwu a emfa no ho enti mra ye nhye mu kena okuro we mu no ene de sa na ema we nyina eba hwe opa ko airport sisi asa wo ko sunwan hwe stress ya bi be fo ansa na be fo plane sa na enya bi transport ya effect from nana enti be set me mu fo ni nyina say mu nyai ka adwuma ne mo ye nko aye so energy away say omode eye we eba savage car over age car say omoka no 10 years kura ma ye ni GR report na say ye ne say nko mu pegem e de ko 15 na ezuzu say ebeboa me to me no eya de papa na busa ho say yensu ye car na bi e di 60 years da so na road so no da be na be yi sa cars na free system no ani yensu ni abai be nya problem no abai ate eye osa Uncle Dave crowd oni bi nyina di osa agu Metromas papa mu na de nam hwe eya ayalolo ba cha papa mu ni enti sa aban eba na aban yesa MPP ND se won timi hweso yi a se yempo na mu yem fama ya mo fama GPRT mo de ma GPRT a kwame antwiti GPRT enye na agu enti o betimi ayan hyehyeye ama section no to no 10 million a o se o muntua 12 million na montimu case kaso mon fanfa Ghana for aban so to share on to home use auto brand new meboa enka mboa ma ka dada na di ewu no yenyi free system individual konyeska no to share auto share 10 million or say medama we can pay 20 million times 2 na say driver it me here aduma tuaka ema be ye ne dia ema de ye aduma Ada na buying to be first cancer transport to say me got 1,000 buses. Acha my transport owner no. Say me turn 10 million, muntia 12 million. And can you cry who be high ye? Aye, was it to 20 year. You didn't 12 money. Okay. Anything I say, moja transport number sebi. Tibon cost for. And I say you kumu. And the answer you go so a day, ye kumu. And until some na mo baba round table ho. Ami yesi ega ni akaya how na motie na supam asolve sa problem ne dia maye no ya anya ne sa ni eja se yenkofa sa container ne mrede bia metwitwa enkomosi ya na ebedia na no bi se unim abri kwai su hia se enkane no ye ne amom guta kagwe so okokofori dia ahaya wo fa so a wayo enso na mpepo ni na monkofa bonsu janse enso ne ye kwan ni tu eye ni sisi eye no ba cha mo fa ayi mensa mfo bipo no nko na mi bi meti chamante esuboye sa enclave wo me na ko suhum kwa kosi apagwa junction na every week mo be from reporter wo Eastern region obe ma mo information say accident esi
chamante
ene kanokre esonte de dia kwan na be double lane na sa wa for ba woni ne ti single room mo twempra ma ware ba ba ku mi enu miensa enai o si ahokyere nti o da fi da sinye wu mu a o power adwuma na o kɔ na pese o boshu o montra nkola na nkoto o yire no o betia ba ku na so amnani ate o betima bo game no bi enti misremo mon kanchira aban se ye hia cars o de water every bag here we yes ready for yes we ready for
aban the cars ni bi aba
o ma yen omo promise here 50 bars aba
the last 100 cars
o mo ma ye ba akukura se ye nyan ye nka se o mo fa nche ye ya se mo fa ma ye nya aduma ye betua
okay
na ye de aboa ma Ghana for house wate ye nuamu omo wo de da aban bia no wiper say ni apake we battery say ni akotu we wiper no de akwa be she we dim ye de sa no omo say yes scraps ni atwa no be nkomi ni ato edi mpacho sa na ye commercial for ni ye na de so mampanyi mama sa wo reset Ghana na bua ye ni anso ya reset transport na accident be ba ye kum nipa no embra form
we a clarion call to the government say the reset agenda no say bomodian na a feature in all sectors senior the transport owners kano David Abuado general secretary and I mean he's a spokesperson Emma Concerned Drivers Association on also abeka mensa ofie ha we are looking at the transport sector ekwan ebetumi afa so aboa na ewuwu ni nipakunkum ya ekoso e my Ghana mu as a result of transport because wo share the ewu a ekoso my Ghana mu ade di enimpa na say the major cause of deaths e my Ghana mu no by road accidents den na ebetumi aye obi kan bro for since 19 kojohoho kebashimene then NSA fa ho David one of the concerns and for can say more important cars now mo ankasa more modify cars no the sad reality I went to Asamankese recently and I make for kai on friend akoko nkete you know say it has 3 at the back 2 in the middle and then 2 at the front that's the driver and the passenger Abranaa pese ode akonya kitchen stool yi AC the middle between 2 passengers no sanso eje extra money abra the original state of the car no this modification enka ho ene number 1 number 2 ebi mu so ede just normal entoma enomodia asen seat no so 8 to 8 o tina so a wutumi nya ebi mpo relax and all of that just because opese onya sika more at the expense of the life of ye sebi only car okwakofa commercial car enwechi no amutwi sprinter buses ni ade or the car ni beba it is 3-seater and so obetutu ababa any 4-seater just because of person nyeska ade na ye udi for sir
yo mimia me da say na mechia edikan for yaw ene alaji secretary metia mu nyina na machia etiefo ne ahwefo nyina anopa we mimia question obi so am dey legitimate question pa na memfam free vox ni so onim Ghana eyesuatra na eye nyina asa na pepa aban ni se ode ne ho bewura commercial transport mu na eba ne sa yenti na mekasa vox yi a wo kan ho asemi sorry vox no ne architecture no eye 6 and then eye 7 and then 8 passengers vox car what you see ebi wo ho a 3 back 3 here and then 2 front ebi wo ho a 3 back 2 sa pepepe enetie akoye se football information 442 ni 33 ni nyina eka ho sa na vox etie nti wo hu se ni nua de eye 7 no opese ono so prayer no do 7 eno eye baako nti vox die no de meka fa seat no eho eno no eni nti na obi di kitchen stool ana rubber stool ya bayi e di hye mfimfi wo se obi ntina so na ni nyina fa Ghana transport architecture main chair ye kra no me di be say 37 to 38 in Ghana transport na first na ye the Daxon eni niza homa ena di ejuma ka na yatena so 77 ewie no hwemeni hwe onim no yesa the kitchen stool 2 mfimfi ba ko hwe ha na ba ko hwe ha na ba kwahwa na ba kwahwa another 4 extra nti sa eyi no efiri tete na be kan ne be eno nkyerɛ sɛ obi fum kum a ye na mafo so ye mfum ye den endwa mra wie duru ama sese ye what different type of vehicles I wo Ghana ye dey run transport nti menu ya wedi kan akadada sɛ ye pese ye transport ye akono a yetimi madwadifo sika ana yetimi ma omo sɛ omo nkɔ ha nkɔ Ezen Bank ekɔji sika emfankra moniama emfambra na transport meanwhile edwadini no unim ade aye me wanwa wom edwadifo betimi aye bibia omo ntimi change inflation by a peswada be o de ma transport organization enka say ya to lorry fa mu 5 pesos the whole economy be transforming se ene Ghana economy ejina fa ko a ejina ye driver for so enye enumdwa ana enye ahohoa be ye driver for ne ya manage na for this almost 2 years here yetime hold lorry fare at pointer enkosoro na emba form no na ye hu these changes here but mene wo kase yi free echina ko obehun say inflation baby ejina no enjina ho biom eno de by the way yamba back to your friend is saying question na obi sa me say aban e de be si nani so me koti yawo say obeje car am I high purchase because aban car bia brand new and this a sprinter yakofa ba yankasa ya be modify and this a oven yakofa ba yankasa ya modify and this a Toyota Fisher yakofa ba ya modify aban ko kraka seat bibia wum ansa na wakra and it's made for passenger carrying vehicles but ye de na yakotoba no ana ye de na omotoma ye work campaign no enye purposely for any nyina anye purposely for passenger carrying you know sorry the architecture say the oma form no nyina no dade to dade but say ye nyina ye ni be ko public transporter save Ghana for 70% of our transport now nke be boa any say enye abanpo na banks won say edrume bi Stanbic Bank e car bi bae ukọ ye terminals nyina e din da so ye Stanbic ono so ode ba no is mainly for your friends passenger carrying yinti no omo ye bibia say de esi se pepepe ema wo de fa passenger omo team no e feel comfortable the same car ye bi ni Toyota omo de bae no say ya to di kotodwe o tena mu fria before be du nkokọ no say we nya stroke na de ya kasfa what you say but ni nyina so eno so ye passenger carrying vehicle omo de free no ho aba yo but omo aye seat na ma na kire ama ukọ ye terminals na ye friend kotodwe the enti ye friend kotodwe no sa
because
emuchi
but it still come back to my question of the modification. I don't know how much sir.
Na say
because some anye modification na say dia for example accident ebi ekosia the possibility say nipa enkwa ebeye sustain no higher than say more compact eno no ebema the crashes ne beye dire nipa betumi wuntem
nkomo we nkomo a wase nyina yedi ni yie pa meka ho asemi enye Ghana na modify yo Japan ho ena omo design call ma omo de buy because eno no akonwa no wum dada ansa na eba.
Are you telling me say Ghana have more import some of these cars na more modifications?
Makandada say eno ye sprinter ni urban buses ni eyi.
Na make say ade na ya mo yes why do you do that?
The reason why yes na say Ghana Standard Authority e din keke na ewo ho enye na ejuma.
Oh.
Oya no kre. Unim, when was the last time Standard Authority ba mu studio ebe check mo equipment wa? When was the last time? Tell me.
Maybe some bosses.
Pa. Omo na baby say almost one pa. Unim, Ghana institutions no ho, but they are not serving purpose. Institutions no e wo ho pa, but they are not serving its purpose.
Inti I can conclusively say a year concerned drivers union more keke.
So who can say wo keke a?
That be say una who can say the institutions exist.
Okay. Some of the
in terms of work,
me using
into the catcher say I put it to you. Say a year more Concerned Drivers Association. You are just existent on paper.
Okay, also what doing today? But the woman in say institutions need be say no was a mechanical. Institutions need be enye ejuma say the say. We so me for we so shame. When we say Ghana police for you omo check here to say MTTD for.
Yeah.
But when you say MTTD for say omo nye ejuma or so omo ye. Omo ni ediga.
How?
Yes. Police ni back on now or was printers your friend red. Or chiwa or you 0244 33222 now oye pe o si we esu
Mumu
esu omo ye yi ni free ho ye de ni koto tema o tema committee wanu but always ni moto ejina 7 pavement middle ho no mo or train 7 roundabout careful mu ho ka bia trotro be si wa no etu hu no akokro so no machew be ma private car be si wo 27 hours emfa ho.
Okay.
Inti oni ye den. Nipa ya make order so ye o.
More reporting as drivers.
The inti no free ye ni free sprinters e dey call tema. Me ni o kasa se sie minim se super obe hwe me. O hwe pa. Your friend red. Odi obi adi nim no aye red.
Okay.
Ogusu ye se adwuma no. Aden because authorities are say omo check it. Say peps no so o check omo a. Say omo so omo ti omo office this all the report come omo. But when was the day omo ga so omo call routine check. And maybe a check pa na me hu say la pass overhead no so then inspector Kakari omo ko chi omo ni nkrofo omo hwe omo moto ne side no one cd kokoyi ayemu ma sei and omo yi ya a biographic mumpo. That was 90 something. What you say? This time around obia ye bibia e wo nakuma ene ni opeso ene kofa saniama we nyina e de ba nti se obisamia the institutions are there but we are not working effectively as we supposed to do as an institution.
Inti wakan is an Ibrahim more as Cargo Transport Association more eye sati patras cargo trucks na no mo say eneshe e de na mo ye because one say the sad reality ne say won can be betimi a breaking in the middle of the road. Obi catch him say in Ghana if you want to cause a havoc on the road and you say just get one car na ensensi kwan no so end of story. Mo cargo trucks e betimi esi triangle say mudi si ho to show say there's an emergency ahead no. There's nothing. It is said near David Ekano. Is it the case?
No, Martin. Mr. Wisdom, da say fa the menu David Ekano. Accident the besi a entre nipa untimi predict accident.
Oh no.
Ibrahim, me make a point me ba ma me.
Ibrahim, for this one,
ma me make a point.
Some accidents you can see.
Me ba.
Buy the book
also. Ebesi a because can be break it down inform technical mechanic fault. 2 as in I say woman who has say about 3 years ago the National Road Safety Day she be ba say uka say ya na utue bibia na ya to efikwemu imbisa say a driver for subscribe to sawe no the benejai and ka uka say efikwemu a within an hour 30 minutes ya ba beto say ka kese ka eketoa as in na ya ba beto ni na efi hono. But ending entisa na say na wo ka say car askese no good cars akese no contribute but ending na bi ho no ma ana make no say accident ni si a entimi catch us accident ni e ho ana ade na esi enti mesre say ho no na wo ka say dey share cars akese 2 enti e ho no no efi ho no so no bibie ni ho no ma driver for you subscribe to say e be betwa fi but ending na nka me ka e bibie si say cars
Alaji meba you and I know say one of more credentials pa sa cargo trucks hu na e kwan no so and the muya de pa say ka bi by na pu hu na
debi
say sa trucks bi e be so na wa nye betumi ato ka atwene
debi uni say
and so say be say na mo the triangle do you enforce say the members no they all have triangles in their cars because see ahabayas ma making if per that 100-meter range now police said the amount Habai, how will I know say Habai? Because there's no reflective on the Habai.
50 meters range, yeah. Okay.
How will I know say there's a Habai? But if the reflectors are there, my light net also I'm able to see from a distance. But you don't do it.
Ma main can be bintro. Cars I can say most no say cars I can say na.
Because the whole
cargo transport association. Other trucks, other cars na kwanso. all of us when says the moment we car kese a we follow no who apply brake no unya ni easy say na e car ketwa na apply enti all of a sudden am say who go slowly no who car ketwa na aye fast aba besi we enti e bia wo ono hu ade a head na oba apply brake no ase na oba baku minu mi say no aben enya hunahuna enti most of the time take be go so to for say ye na me kwan so ne na se for na ye hwe ahwe ene say who car ketwa wa say de ne do he who car sa kese no ase cargo car sa kese a who car say emura ne na se for tem bia obe hu say trying na car ni bi o wetima say si ho ebia time ebia betime dia asese affixe dem a FCC ho no na time no atwa ntisa enwura na ebigo na awonti tem bia advice ebu so mam triangle even cry na triangle cry na sa a reflector we kwa fesi ho no na ama incoming car no betime hu say bibi sa ade ase ahead ni na education ebu so na say e Ghana national cargo fato yo so echi branches throughout the country emam education fa say ekwan wo fa so enam say ekwan na nyon kwa public road enyon kwa na we so say wodi aduane anaso wodi nyoma akona at the same time so no other road users so ho no ma apply sa road nti say wo say so wodi other so be try wo say even percent mi anko baby a so wodi ehyenso de si wo ma income car na say wo hu say bibi assess ni nti most ne de obeka say cargo car na say for na say car sa kese e fa na tipa e fa na ni na na trailer any haulage ni na e fa ni na education ta de ma na ubehun se ubeka ba ko si se eye se to de bia ubehun se nipa na ye na car na ense se na medical car na e bia obe fix endu na se bia na ansa na otwe ansa na wasese ho iti e bia refent ni na eguso mam education afa ho
okay
ti kakra mpese me kafa ho
but you admit say ya mo use triangles no
be brave use but enye onim say even kura obaka sakese sprinter yes and do na e say wo de Mr. Wido obe dia dance I'm
talking to you because who your cargo intina me focus I'll come to them true drivers whatever musu but who your cargo good and I say oh admit say you don't use the triangles you don't use it
and I make say education dey amadu do na even because when you triangle na you so reflect here reflect people what be the see one
do you ensure say members no mo here
unim say accident dey see wakwan so untimi predict say nipa na ya na say just e be wakọ no maybe percentage wise drive e wakwan so percentage wise dey do me na my highway obetimi hu say nipa na dey ahye even so when you triangle na say okro obenya sa reflector jese ni e dey share gallon na say bisa ama incoming car na hu say bisa say na nwura na dey o mu say ubehu ani pattern e be nipa 2 na bia motimi practice sa nti ade a dan na ebusu to fufa hu say ade a accident si a se na medi kankan no eboku ebo abusia nti ni na ya de driver ni de wakwa ba fie asundwem nti kakra ka fa kago dan na so ebusu to hu fufa ho no
Ofaya, there was the concern about the previous administration. Eka say almost signing contract be for towing vehicles. Na se oka SSC kwan so a na yaba beto ni ade mo na mubogu ye. Ene do you think say we be here say we have to system very actively working? Ewo ye kwan so.
Yo. No see bien. Alaji ho ya ye mo wan akra. Hwe me de say wa atum say ya say lokure wo ahyenka adwuma bia e beka. Accident ni bebre wo ho a mo nkrofo no. So mu ja trimodin a e betima prevent it. E wo mu say yen small cars and e bia dwen ye adwuma. But se mo nso mu ja trimodin a e betima prevent it. Challenge one mention of
etrimode ni chiremu
to say bua obi brofo e wo say wrong overtaking onimi nyansa wa tu sa na mo no mo nkofo ni bibetimi a prevent it but kwan bi obefa say obeka na to wam amowu eno no so esi e wo kwan no so eni nti say yes ye betu ase a ye nyina ye ntutu ye ho fo ni yansan free enema bi ho nti alaje ho ni ye nhyɛ no nso. And back to Asamoah will be saying, Corona team no, me dear, Nippon Quaya dear, no Jeffshigua, a hard dream. To levy, ye will be yentia, no more quire or more fasua or modiba puno, and an ear Simon now. And say, any be say, what's it, Mobachicano, Eddie Aquacusi. Baby yɛfa rest stops nso nkran Kumasi kwan ekwa akodu paga yehu baabi a wahyehyɛ sa rest stop no wo ho enti yehu ni sɛ beda paper so ami agiska no na mbom sɛ ye implement no enye adwuma sɛ wo ndo afu ento ho a na o se yenkobia aburu ana sɛ body a da hin ne ekwa akodua no ebi ebuso o mo sɛ ehin na motwe car na mode bi kwa akosi ono mo ko ball Linda do me kwa me sorry ka say ho e obi choba ntwi fo obi choba nka say Linda do anka so mo premises o na say utwa atikreta me yansa kosi ho a ayema tie se mo nko ye ba bi a mo bedodo ami ehu say aha na otwe me hyen na mo de kwa akosi na afi de mo mra ne entertain mo eno mo ko ya mama bi mu ene ya sambo mo say mo si munyanya sa nhihye na ada na nge mo maye nyeri sei se me ka na asesi ho a montwe kwa na me ba beji a na mo age me sika no 1500 2000 jeme me ka se me David Kwabu sa se me wa to create track eti bebre na se me ka no bi asesi ho na me de me trader na ba betwe bi asai na ano so mo se dabi
ase twele ne to yinka
nya botre ye prevent ade na ye free kwan no so na se metimi atwe de free wa o si dabi enti ehu ni se ase sika na ewo ho no o mani abre pese omoye se cars na okumu a ade na e car ni se nipa no de na ase ne twe obefa ne car na jenisika eno mo si ye beboka enti me kuta taxi ese ya mitimi bi mabati shenchen epiasi chen wozi woji ni sika no woni se no motorbike ni aka ho when won se the motorbike ga say we jesi kwan no so da no the tractor akwa employee no se tractor enam ye kwante mpon so ayeko onti ade bi wo a wo de ba cross kitu abi na ya lawyer for dani asem bu wa asem de pa o won woni kan yi no no mo de adano nti emra ye de to wo mo a mo dwane ko yo ma bi ne kire se na ya po eno obi agye atum pese oba bebo ye tie ye ntia ne mo nhyehyɛ a ye de to ho no eno mu dwane free ho
Dave mo members no mo so control
ye wo obi a so control obi a wo ne members so control cargo for wo mo de control true drivers wo ye wo GPRT wo Pro Tour wo Tiger wo cooperative wo ye nyina ye wo ye members to control mini baby asa question e ko be mini we me be mano eye nia abasisi yi bi abasisi yi me ubisa mi a me ka se ko bisa ya wadanfo se Africa la pass na ko kaswa 10 cedi na 15 cedi me ka se ko bisa ya wadanfo
madanfo de
and e wo be hunu ni wo mu nyina ani se sa towing issue no ya de e ba ye pe hu da repa na uni bibi Ghana makan message to bio institutions ne ba
o kan san no na o de control na mo members no aka ho ti be say we ti be am person me question ko na o bi ma
say we wo me bi question ko nti e be duru ho
e person bi mo jiji ya
nti de wo mu na ni say aban e de hyehyɛ ba stakeholders engagement is very very poor very poor. Just oh you told me that not first of all media no media just we na be issue be issue say you na be issue no ni ahwe ni puma sebre ni e esi no and this enya be topic of the day 1 week second week third week na ewu eno na ya ade ha yen because towing issue ni na ye court table no ho no yet na ase bobo nsemu kan de wo se ye kafa ho because hwe omo wo lo ikwan mu no omo hwe fi ana oni de ori kan drive ni omo ohwe omo me mfa nko ni fi o me sha se free station wo mma wo tonton ade wo station wo nyina ye hwe wo ye furu a ya ba bookman fo so ye hwe wo me wi a ya ba ya nwan dollar fo so ye hwe ye ho asana yakoye fie akoye busu akese mu nipa ofro car no so no oyedwadi ni okọ ya okuru makumada akofa nto saba oba ona hwefie
okay
obi ko techima akofa buru aba okọ techima akofa buru no oba ona hwefie be okọ wamba nti efi jaade edum nti eba ne say yenka issue on towing on our roads bia edaye bi mu akoma so pa wo say ye kan ne kabia
nti je nsa aban enhwe na omo nye sache na embra
aban be ye nsache ya mana ba me the medical to no for say on shall say free stakeholder engagements
okay
na ye mbugo huma entim na etim a hwe free apply to elibo tell me rest of bako pe e work so bako single one apply to elibo tell me bako pe anyway but South Africa never be from state to another state when you go rest of me
okay
a African country in the end so sir if you mean for one country call your friend saying Africa say ya
Burkina
uni anything Ghana won ya no and they don re
Kasemwe
ye dokeke na enwoye
odisi ni
midisi nyina ni say e wo say ye up and doing airline no baby ye de na ye ka midisi nyina ni say airline ye hihye ni ye uni say airline no 2180 19 2012 2012 for me mboko for no ma me nye mistake mate LI 2180 no 2012 ene bae
unye bida
uni say ukọ bookshop sell pe bia unye bi sanso na emra na ewo mu no ebi aya outkick na enso na nse ya ye draw for start say ye pe say me free amasama na me bakra amasama Accra street 20 cities no akoshe airline mu ni say we overcharge yan encho ema say akoshe airline mu be Ghana gasa wo yes
just yes or no yentu ya na mama yentu ya
yes
say omo charge overcharge because from Edia Dodowa to Medina 8 cities on the regular but about 5 driver say oje 15 cities yentu ya na mama yentu ya yeni omo enfeso
minua
ye report omo emma association just because we musu control ye report omo
minua asem ha wo kan
yes or no
asem sebe yes or no no wo eno na say asem no because you say who kwere say aban issue you me your friend say go to eba ye dintum but near my bata ho ma yenka
okay
yes or no make sure say yes
okay
e fa be make sure say no
Matthias
me na me ton me tea copy me see tea copy 20 cities open no beto
all right me that say
so can no buy Accra street 20 no am fro onko
okay ti David agboado and atene canon here concerned drivers association for Kasama of ya say ni ide ye dey see anu no
maintain it o kakra me fa kwanya we so em say of ya ka say bi me ka atudwa bi em say e kasa kese holy any cargo ni tipe na enye driver for nonko driver for atamfo tembia na say afutu amede be ma yen kasa keto na sprinter ne basis ne say akonya banas wodi nechi a mane hu se wodi nechi kona bay baku mienu no nkasa kwamu ya no bayi ne sase bra because on felesa obedi nechi ache yes penny airline for fraba 2519 a wo ko assembly president as for who be ponu ato emra na Mr. David Kai no man bebre wo mo say dedicate e daba for no na emra no say wo di na wo say da bi emra we de nim dida abaye nim ene de eko ana mesafa kwanya we so GRC eko kese a it's made up of 26 unions pro to an na se phone na wo mu nti e fa na question wo bi say Mr. Agbado say you so musu control ya you musu control
okay
budo na enyi musu control na ya mo ye wanza no because on sheku obi ase e fire oti ha say o true drivers union Agbado committed say we concern in she bi aban be ba e committee you be forward their members no na mo de mo she mra bi ase ni na agina assemble so o mo na mo permit yes I dey mesre say aban so no on fa ni ho ngimu na ma man na echechere na maybe man no see fa kwenya
na offense
maybe man no see time na politicians right there and the bank say no politicians say that driver for there ekwan fi mu na because ekwan na ban ba obo ne ho modern ekwan bebre so oye especially me fee payment em ko fodua de ekwan ba ko e to de bi so fire de kofodua na kesi road a contractor ekwan slow man home so at a kind of say would 30 minutes better say 1.5 to 2 hours drive so the million ma pay for any million man pono mo fa if you put am asem
Kofodia na nkese road contractor yes speed up
any event we dey misu fi Kofodia zongo kwa ye aban na ba so
ye mama na ye
so okọ asene manso akroso BC wo mo na mo fa no mra ha
okay
na yen kanche president mama say resources we here bia on farmer no ball di 80 years wetu de free o me nshia ne da me yire free ho enti mahu sa bi na ye hwehwe obi a obebo o man no ye mbọ na baso do nye ne yensu ye nka ho asem na ye nwie ne si ye ya fi ru adampare ye transport for ya fe ne papa bi a wo bi a salute ya me nshira IGP ba ye kwa police fu afaso a omo tutu driver fu botum no ye mabusu we yaso. This is the first time why ever demonstration at Ghana Police Service. I confirm the woman on the hip omo film. Hey yo, car now omo tun bebe titi Accra Central. What is the police fu suntia? Road traffic regulation like 2180 no. We be chini Ghana nyina we nya bi ba police we bi. Yan driver for na yan so ye be hwe say mrani ni Medi solo, we nya bi ntobeko Ghana publisher bi no bookshop ya we nya we na aba no mo manya bi aya 2519 no mo obi enso mo gina so de echi o ukodu Accra Central o mo se ye operation 200 cedi 300 cedi enti driver onu wa akukudu no o kwa no kra ni 200 o tue a Kaswa straight 30 cedi onu so benya enti mo no wa kire ade ne yenya de se edu anyimra emra ne se ye nto ade o ka akwan mu but maja momo wo ka akwan ni nipa na kire so bus stop ni na driver nya ba bi nyina enti yenya ne se edu anyimra CMB ani mu ho koko board ani mu mo amu kwa Kaswa la pass ne driver for no du a mu ntwa mo amu nhihye mo no mu mfa passenger no enko madina for nso mo mbra law school na ani mu ho na nka ma guard o mo oya ma way mba cha nka ye ho be kire but kwa na chi ana police nso ginam gigiska
okay
enti afi dampare say IGP tetenya onu oya empanyifo say panyino tnefie ma enkwalare nanka yebu nankarefo a oka ho enti besremo ya mama say ye ne mu wie bosumewi next month ya be park ye cars nyina police for me kire ba bia ye gina ye fa nipa na omunchi yen ni ntimi fa Ghana for no nko ni mu boy dimbone dodo
okay
ada no modern station masters any bukuma mo discussion
ya berema eye kasama for de ma ekuo ya ofre omo True Drivers Union sanso ena Alhassan Ibrahim church for paying Emma the Ghana National Cargo Transport Association or sanso member of the Ghana Road Transport Coordinating Council. Sanso and David Abuado kasama for Emma concerned drivers union. Abijafo and Opemeda Mwase say munya penny and yet chinkomo. But the convention is not ended yet. To be to me at was baby obiano na hwe say wo kwa oba no obambo ya efa car kwan ho as well as being a passenger no wetumi ediso na okra etumi ache wonkwa ache wasase so obi abewudie but there are some deaths you can definitely prevent. I'll go for my next cooling break. Maybe delving into the politics of our country.
The average human body mass should have at least 60% water for optimal performance in any physical or mental exercise. We can help you maintain it naturally. X Natural Mineral Water. Simply natural. For bulk purchase, call 0596 273 546 or 0596 273 547. This advert is FDA approved.
Stay back and stay safe. National Petroleum Authority. Ebo bibia kokose. Se fuel tank Kenya kwenshia. Ne dania. Men ko ho nkwaye wadwen se. O kwosesa petrol ana fango no. Ena finso. Menye wadwen se wo ben fuel tank Kenya kwenshia ne ho. Akwa akodwetwa videos ana pictures. Na petrol ana fango wo hwenso. Uhua ko wo mu a. Enye sunsun asobone. Ewo apomoden semso. Fango nso eho ahometinti no. Enfomso akitu ebi ebetumi ameja tom amana gise wom. Eba ne sa nipa dodo timi femu hihye ehwe mo nkwa emeja pade dodo na nso esei aya fredum je adwumayefo ana posifo no mo mehwe nso ano wutumi nso efre National Petroleum Authority ewo 0302 550 380 kaise wonkwa wo hoi eho hia bebre esen sa fango no kokoboi National Petroleum Authority enede bro.
Peace of mind is very essential in your journey to success. For Akwesi Papa, peace of mind means having a proper covering over his family. Literally. For Araba, aka Injection Mama, it's about having the funds to complete her advanced nursing course. And as for Corporal Odami, it's as simple as reporting on time for his shifts. Sometimes all you need is a simple push. At Needs Microfinance, we have tailor-made loan packages for salaried workers under the Controller General's Department. With the low interest rate and quick wahala-free process, you are guaranteed of a timely solution to get back that peace of mind, literally in 30 minutes. Needs Microfinance. Growing with you.
Welcome to AutoCheck Vehicle Diagnostic and Licensing Center.
I hear my car can be checked here without going to Accra.
Sure.
Emission, check.
Alignment, check.
Brakes, check.
Visit AutoChecks at Koforidua Aquadrum Road for the roadworthiness of your vehicle, from saloon cars to heavy-duty industrial vehicles. Madam, your car is now ready for the road.
Thank you so much. Auto checks, check.
AutoChecks, your safety, our priority.
AutoChecks.
Kwaba Eba Abranaa so here on TV XYZ. Gone by, no. Say if you are just tuning now, let me just tell you, we just have a conversation with our transport operatives. Or more extra margin in terms of what you be to me as on my akwenshia hodo air kosono you be to me aswano. Emraso say eba amayon se munso a nkomo ho no anope yedi na wonso adwenkyere wo ede eka no wetumi ede aba uko Facebook /tvxyz nkomo ho live betumi ajoin na wadwenkyere no. Just go to the comment section and let's have your thoughts. It's an interactive segment, and of course, will be to me ede wadwenkyere aba ehu hia pa nti ne obia say in community ekoso the concerns in your neighborhood in semi ekoso wetumi de abrain na yenso yedi echire na yahwe asemba ko a anope yebeka safa ho ene de aksa energy bribery scandal eno asemba ko ha dwempa because sending big kan no Ghana as a country no ye call into a lot of these energy sector agreements now. Adiaba kwa ha dwene se ye twa na ye energy sector crisis no edu pempenso a ababedu the state of emergency, and then we have to rush into an agreement. So we ask, Wabra in 2015 we signed this agreement with AXA Energy no. The concern at the time was that ebimu anye due diligence inti nema ene sa bribery scandal yi etumi abetudwa. Ebimu eka say yes, parliament as a body in as much as say a year concerns no, and I said the emergency of the power crisis no abano. Se mo be sign any agreement do due diligence until we went into an agreement with the a year plant 370 megawatt, in which the same AXA we had some concessions in the Ashanti region. Now Aban Shekwan say Osansu will enter into a same agreement to the same company at hand, some 900 megawatt agreement also in the country. Yebisa, but when you look at the analysis a year ACEP, African Center for Energy Policy, a year on AXA, Ochiremu say within the first period of a year contract agreement, no, AXA was able to produce only a little above 16% of a year in the operations, largely because the take or pay agreement now, no, and the power fluctuations as well as the transportation of power and as the export of power, it was not able to outperform, so it performed a little below 20%. Has AXA become a necessary evil? Dr. Alexander Amobafo, a lecturer at the university or Ghana Pentecost University. He's my guest this morning, Doc Makwaba. So Enna Desmond Anyamite, a member of the MPP communication team. He has some knowledge in that sector as well. Until we'll delve into that. Ibrahim Adams Mumuni is my next guest. You'll join me shortly and we'll delve into that conversation. But first, let me begin off with you, Anyamite. Looking at the energy sector crisis, Rebecca said, yes, it's good. You're best signing on to this take or pay agreement. But if you look at the lifespan of these contracts a year go into, because this agreement, Nankasano, Rebecca said we are at a point we are not able to get the necessary benefits. Into it becomes some sort of yentungu. Has it become that obvious?
That's it. Dedi kamamicha ashafuni na amincha Ghana for no pay na amincha titiu MPP for more Ghana for nyina ene juma for so more mama yakonya and pay say ene Ghana for embedi nkomo mechobia say we raise the issue very critical about energy sector. Yeah, you say energy we are very critical yeah economic growth, because without energy most industry they always run behind. I'm saying way back in 2015 Tama now do so very intense in an attempt for then government the government of NDC so only attempt to acquire a power purchase agreement at the time, and at least just to bina Gana for we say Juma, because it started in 2015, way back before 2015. So the question is when they say power purchase agreement, but Ghana for in the yet say because bribery, because at the time in the process go into that arrangement. Question is when they say was clear due diligence Jumana only the proper due diligence that is supposed to be done prior to this agreement in Anna. I say Jumana ye the show Musana only and Sana because you see a bit people say bribe also. I only a proper Jumana proper now. Now the question is when they say in the US courts I hear him judgment abitudra. Yes, Ghana Abaya said they say a nice situation we want to be almost then almost we have found, because at the time institutions are boom we are expecting say Ghana food business say so brother corruption say and this are buying a promise Ghana for say or be fighting now we see this is a kind of Juma they show him say obey 2 more. Yeah, can say actually who any investigation be a air coso.
You want to move beer about to say or fresh and penny for say or
oh no, but in terms of the investigation, you could say or start investigations. But just that on disclosing the specific people are or invite you more for questioning. But you has started investigations.
That's MPP appointed and could be disclosed to say as much as we anyway any of Bentina Viviana.
No, say
this issue borders on public interest. Ghana for tax paying money and a DA age one. And now almost go into that agreement. Until say, oh yeah, if you want Ghana for shade him say. As soon as Bentia funny didn't do that. Okay. In as much as say we position opponent, oh yeah no. Yes, sir, selective persecution like I say. Yes, and they say kono. Oh yeah, investigation. So far as oh yeah ma asimasiwen. Yeah, listen na busy. Also in shemu different akudu. Okay. Openi ben na no abasem. Why na excess ke bi ko ni sem. These are the questions Ghana for interrogating person. Na so who be catch Ghana for say me nhwemu na mo me person mi do mudi etudwa. That tells you say she nkoso.
No, but Desmond, you know, say Iyoko nhwemu the little that I know. On sorry gidi be control say or the asimesi ato alert so all investigations. We get to know until Iyoko invite them no. Maybe Uncle kwa amase ho no mo kwasi mehem ne ade eno nema all of those issues you know
your member for the past 17 months NDC ba abemu even before no kwa no obe started aye investigation kwa no or press conference ebo am for din ebo asimasi we dey say asimasi we there is a suspicion say we discussing we di OPPP say ye ba be ye hu nhwemu before you kwa be invite no kwa ye kwa na Attorney General Eddie Penny for Omabu Jaya press conference. I'm fully dean. I'm a Ghana for you. Ebani say na. I
think that one na we na pa OSP. Kisi Japan. Onu na Obama press conference to announce investigating
Attorney General for the past 18 months or soon. Oh yes, our press conferences. Oh yeah, public prosecution.
Attorney General Adeno. But what I know is that or no static processes now, no abema update, continuous update. We started the oral and all of that.
But before even oral, almost at your press conference. Attorney General.
And the cases at
cases
in terms of the land and all of those. Okay.
Evidence was clear. Before the oral invited them.
Okay.
But all right. It's Ghana for shame say. Such selective persecution on okay. You see, there are so many cases about ultimately in this access issue abi. You sure me say abamba invite say asimasi we na yes suspect say OGs can be. Asimasi we na suspect say we Yoko on sorry Office of Special Prosecutor on so sorry and Attorney General so you sure say on two one more. Then when you say the make say oh yeah, we are unable to put out say asimasi way. That's not the area.
Okay.
So I don't find this forward there on the ethnic cataso. No be anti, no be who nekoso. Now you say far Ghana need any EDP there and everybody.
And this is what we Ghana for.
Oh, see, and it's for it's only Ghana for. It's
It's Dr. Alexander. I'm about
for. That's the most important.
Yeah, lecturer at the Pentecost University. If you look, I say. Parliament failed us.
I think so. The issue Abasamri no, idea. And you say you pianko baby. As a minor, see kon ketashisha. We need to be very serious. As no ababontin say you may be say na koso. It may be a tremu. US for ado judgment aba. I'm will be one kedja. Then very good, sir. Already know Attorney General. I think say we're connected with the US people. Why not doing say what very here the mechanism corruption there. Yes, you see a fight here. We should not be selective. The Obedi Ghana dream no, were the enemy of the state. And the Asama Bay also abiding nurse form. Na enhwemu papa ekoso. Na empo deɛ yɛbɛhu sɛ wɔyɛ adebɔne a ama Ghana yɛahwɛ sika bi a na bisa no ɛmna no ɛne ne di ɛnyɛ saa mmere na yɛbɛyɛ NDC MPP the fight against corruption ɛyɛ nyinaa yɛko na MPP no asɛ ɛbaa ne aka media ne yɛdi ho nkɔmmɔ na akɔda bawe de mesre Ghana said of penny ade value for money law aba yen enyesa enkoso say when ana ama Ghana boka wo saa dwumadi a ekoso na MPP no hwe procurement eba ya eba se nke be ko se ema obi enwa Ghana sika but hona area hono the cost issues be hono ubeti ene say so say me MPP no be hwe se o man no ye kakra e wo resources kakra e wo ene baby e pese ekọ na obi eye dream na ya hwe chiri ahwe man pakọ na ntwa ho ka na efa na ekọ scan yeni bio Ghana scan yeni bio ketuwa bi obeka se Ghana timenfo bobu on modina bio meka se Ghana we scan bebre de nti ene aban timi bebre aban timi ntu akatuo bebre de nti aban timi nye ekwan bebre de nti aban timi si hospital bebre de nti aban timi nye de opese we nyina ye resources are limited nti ye de kakra bi se ekọ bibi na obi dream akodo botoma and she be on be also investigation be also cost okay ni pakrono or minor any day at this point corruption the fight against corruption should not be selective NDC ni MPP ni ofa Ghana sika 1 cedi 2 cedi na ye chiwa also emla nudi but before then no yen say we should not be so the prayer home so amount for fee because been said the area entina umomu investigation mean say some name body mekaya
name and shame
be abagana aban ba so de mehu ne say omunya enough information san ma ba bonten some e kunya enough information be won't me ma bonten and said you ko say wo ye enhyemu no ayam ye fagidie no ema no na onkoso da de me kan say omunye to the bottom of the issue na do bi of Ghana skabia no e wo sa contract course no emra enini we should not be selective at all
okay
na Ghana no obese say yemi ya fan say the business Ghana ye there o man be the bituma there akoso.
But it still boils down to my question, no? Do you think the parliament failed in doing due diligence in this? Because this agreement, no, eco parliament and Sana approving the said agreement.
Yes. Say no, Bonnie akosum ye until say Bonnie na ba. I mean say ahana fa so ewia ekwawe na manfo fa so ewia scan. Ho be hu say ada say ye the ba parliament na parliament anya de anya na guma yi ana say parliament ye guma yi but amanfo bi na fair chire ekodi dwuma bi a emfata
okay
in the same way ntimi enye say parliament afeli ana say failure investigation no dey the report ba we no bi hu ekwan a efa so aseska no ye hu kwa na ntimi njaje
okay
at the moment.
Now Ibrahim my member also now you realize say all of these power agreement are here call into no either take or pay or take and pay agreement in no the power compact and I say the power plants no we are not able to purchase brand new ones because on to main top in the agreement all of these AXA for example was I mean 10 to 20 years shelf life and only agreement I echo but people can say yes AXA performed 16% according to ASEP in the last agreement. But the one the external administration buy no omo enter another 250 megawatts agreement. Government is seeking to enter another 900 megawatts agreement. It begs the question, say, has AXA become a necessary evil that we can't deal with?
Okay, so before this whole issue about the AXA scandal has to be put into proper perspective because my colleague Mickey comments me to suggest it looks like there's some form of selective justice via air course. But truth be told, it was just on the 6th of August, and then the federal court in Brooklyn, it means enough evidence to, as it were, to find the Beku guilty of the said offense. Do you even know, so before Beku was extradited from UK to US to face trial, it took 20 months because due process had to take place. And as we speak, he has not been sentenced. What has happened is that there's a potential, say, if by November, the likely years will be dominated here. And as it stands, that he's not been convicted, he's not been sentenced, it must be put on record. And to that extent, whatever steps AGA taking with his US counterpart to get more facts to start investigation here is still premature. Because, of course, some facts are moment to get him to the level where he has been found guilty in the Grand cannot be said to be say and then the final or final until say finally you are convicted say kodem into where comes the selective justice here. And if you look at the trajectory of this case, the AG and of course the OSP have been very supportive to the US counterpart in providing a lot of information leading to where we've gotten to. Even in Yoko, as we speak, are currently carrying out investigation. And investigation there, when you trigger it, until you get to a point that one gather substantial evidence, you cannot put out any details. That also has been made clear. Until here, we should become. In any case, this said Beck, who was a former MD for TOR, he resigned in 2020. Okay, that's when the whole case started. Ghana could have also started some prosecution alongside the US if indeed we want to go by another argument. And we were not in power, then they were in power. But the AG could have also triggered investigative processes, a criminal investigative process around Bearco's activity, and for that matter, what happened around the AXA deal. But of course, they also wanted to wait to see what will happen with the US, and then they will pass on information media or number some that build on their wire. And I think say to begin with it here, whatever AG in Akufo-Addo's time and our time is doing, they are on course. So let us not politicize it. The fact is that if the deal is bad, as we are all beginning to see, because of course looking at the quantum involved and the fact that some due process has been sidestepped, it's important at least that we speak like Ghanaians. A lot of money has gone down the drain. All of us are seeing the effort His Excellency John Dramani Mahama is making to turn the economy around. And all these promises he has been, yes, God of the air. And if today somebody had opportunity, na or Bemuna, when Timan so resources whatever we can do to recover this money, irrespective of whose ox is gone, we will do it. The AG has given indications there. He's working closely with his US counterpart to get more information and begin investigation, on these matters. I've heard the pressure from the MPP outfit, just say they don't trust the AG because of the issues of non-political Akoso. And the question is that, did they act out of law to issue non-political? And MPP, are they saying in their time they never issued anything like non-political? No. Okay. You cannot say that. And it's an argument that is characterized by controversy. Everybody can debate around it. The most important thing is that there has been a major injustice to Yemahi in terms of how things were dealt with. And I personally will sit here and say, look, I think my brother was trying to be charitable about it. Parliament failed us. Because see, those of us outside who want to make comments to protect the integrity of the governance, we can only have the voice to speak. But when it comes to finality, it's Parliament that put the checks. So if, to the extent that the process went through Parliament and survived, you cannot absorb Parliament when it comes to issues like that. And that is the reason why I was disappointed in the MPP when they were throwing jabs to the Attorney General and asking that they would rather prefer parliamentary committee to be set up. The people who have been cited in this case to have played an instrumental role in this matter, how could you tell me someone on investigation? AG has the capacity and it only included with the powers in our constitution under Article 66 to be able to carry out these activities. And for now, we need to give you all the support that required. No, that patience to see say Omo I coded in this case after investigation eba out. Na eba out that's a wudi omo na ye call further investigation that's a near cancer why and why ya. The law will deal with the person regardless of whether you are an MPP or an NDC. The committees that sat through this agreements before a plenary before Parliament to approve. The committee is conducted by both NDC and MPP committee. There's no select committee that's one sided. Am I not right? Yeah. And so how are we going to politicize it? But at the end of the day, if hands exchange that, names will come out. Okay. But it will take a lot of patience to do due diligence. I'm sure we will name people here and later find out that we have named the wrong people.
So let me come back to you, Dr. Amu. Now, if you look at Shraj, for example, Dr. Joseph Witao has made mention, say, these are statistics or figures that come up every year. Say, Ghana loses some between $3 to $9 billion every year to corruption. And we ask ourselves, if you want to purge ourselves of corruption, some of these things, they say, how does this help in our fight against corruption? So investigation and the subsequent ones. Now the president has set up the value for money office such that a certain amount of contract threshold be a second parliament near privy, and then the value for money office. There's audit and how does all of these things help in the fight against corruption?
I think so. Ghana corruption, the bottom line is accountability. Accountability is one year doing a quan ben of fast year, a quan of fast year na aboa amoa. Ghana when she be for the fight against corruption. However, over the years, you must say there be the same issues of course. The procurement year the buy some the was anyway. Institutional mono and same degree ya will create kumia na say electoral commissioner chair person procurement issues been to yin through e didn't see sir. I think say institutions now that body up no most are failing na say you be shemu kana e saben yetwa investigation ba bontia charge normally we are called charge report be aba and am be ni 2 year your public account committee there be almost 81 cases ekusi saying what investigation the bit mama confidence public confidence abemu dia aboa BBC ama you say fight against corruption. We need to get to the bottom of all issues. Now, the reports, so we should act on them. Due diligence, one key. And now, present at the act of money for value. At the end of the day, say will be a contract be na ebetobia say why bonena investigation we are dealing for too long. Like any Rebecca was a material who do kusia. Sa acting in any Jumebia. And to me that they also say a man that will you be super pepe. In Pepe, was say we don't even need new laws to be able to fight against what corruption because a man there so it means that institutions gradually failure. Into investigation there. You should get to the bottom at the end of the day. No, Obia na ho beka no. Also, making sure say any pakro no indeed embrano ne na dey edi ana ya say udu obi ko gina court na a delay maybe and prepare for so long justice is more or less denied. In the investigation na cost now you get to the end of the investigation wisdom na your koi in the boa the cost be boa the answer be fast.
Okay.
Nye fast and say you pay your so na ye adwuma nya dey ye due diligence nya dey enkoso na you speed it up. In fact all these institutions they have the capacity into what delays now. No, I'm very happy say NDC the tribunals banning other things. I think say
opposite tribunal
issues will be cause and some are work out to some endorse
me and the judge.
So what's your fact like this one? Sans moon na bed we deal with them speedily.
Okay.
Say assembly court near dragon for 4 years, 5 years.
Court in the crowd.
And first will be yes, the fight against corruption I can
okay.
And the Yoko Ayanajuma, but Umukoso AG cases no maybe you say it was a mufunku, but more than say umben speedy. Na the what can be ano NDC foundation, probity, accountability, and what? Social justice.
Okay.
So if investigation costs investigation costs the aspect of social justice na every day. So we say social justice, NDC social justice party. One thing must be acknowledged. So we be the bonnet. Na yedmuko na court then pakon yentimi ahwe amama nnia yedina what social what justice.
Okay.
We be for Ghana one city we wentimi anko gina men mama there yedina what Ghana social justice because that's can be me aboa timemufo amon oma konkan.
Let's comment on this subject today. We'll move on to the the robbery incidents. Now Anyani, the doctor can about the Yoko Wakan about PAC, that's Public Accounts Committee. Now, I'm a Christian. When we read the scriptures, 2 Peter 3:11, or say, while we know, say, all of these things will pass, no, what manner of person we ought to be? You must be people of holy lives and live honestly. As a nation, as a country, tell us, are we honest to ourselves? Because say if the institutions are working, we partner once institutions no, and the way jumano. It is say ya dreaming yet now you kwa say by. What sort of person must we be as Ghanaians?
But I say, corruption is being across the sectors. No, corruption are there. Day in day out. No, Ghana and Kuni, Omano and causing let's say echo. Because you know about down financial crime and then nyama SA fata. Now me de oshie Ghana laws in bra. And money so clear. No me problem is implementation is no any the issues. The political bit attacks to your man any issue. But what I say, Oma yedo oma to institutions now no say omun defend your laws no omun defend nyama ese kuyi maye no omo answered at the very people almost no omo e the political colors akata omanim and na nyama ese obo ye ne ene mamenka minye say ese ye politicize scandal ya aba ye kan wasemi. Look from where I sit, sir, ask issue. Look, I didn't say a border on the government in power. I have a battle more and say ye politicize no. In as much as a border,
I'm not sure. He said,
I'll come to the main issue. In as much as a border on corruption. Look, this thing happened in 2015. One never been, and this never been. In as much as a border on corruption, we will politicize it.
Okay.
In as much as a border on Bibia, Diganina, we will politicize it. The way our own politicize even Galamsey when we were in government, we politicize everything in Ghana here.
And that will not solve the problem.
it will solve the problem because it make people know. And it is true. In as much as operation, they will make sure say be a cost in the concept. It's in as a case say, you are politicizing it, and that's not the way to go.
And make me understand.
To differ.
Make me understand. Are you talking about it is another? Politicizing it is also another issue. Draw the line for me.
Politicizing not making what's we will criticize it. You be criticize it because I didn't of course
okay.
Look, near a whole US courts. I come from say corruption because it now borders on the institutions. No say almost some
okay.
What we are saying is up to now we don't even know. Say, almost shall say. All we do is say, and we see a Ghana for the past 1 month or so. And then we go secretary this judgment in Kwano. So we have every right to see and speak to it.
Okay.
What I say because a border on your sovereignty, a border on the country.
Okay.
It's corruption there. You she be bring down, and they should fight with it. And a buyer enmity a munde. Or no buyer for the first activity or year, and they say, Obefal no liposuka. I cancel all corruption related cases or courts. Your courts, is that the commitment of Abanika to fight corruption and Amina? No. So who cannot as look, Obaka say, I don't know, it take time. We are taking our time to do our investigation. Who buy up canceling if we court or say who do us in what if we say evidence now or more level against them no, it's of no basis. Allow the court to determine. It's less than 8 years. Allow the court to determine say I don't know you should assume a serial binti asem or you're innocent or you get another innocent. But because a border on mom court no say they or the evidence is that it has no basis. It's no job, Mamoko. It may be benign appointees of the current government. Is that the way we want to fight corruption in this country? No. Institution now a buying notice. We want to see commitment. We want to see some level of high commitment. Say, yeah, fighting corruption, and yeah, can I say, you have catch a gun for fighting corruption.
Okay.
In that, we have no trust in the current government in terms of fighting corruption. You need trust.
You as a person.
Ghana for as a person, not me as a person. I'm going to make Ghana. No,
I'm not making sense.
Majority of Ghanaians have no trust in the current government but against corruption.
Desmond say, Obibeka say they don't have trust in the government
to fight corruption.
At least to fight corruption.
It is clear.
At least the Ghana Statistical Service report should show.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
Independent polls should show.
Okay.
We know the EU reports would also show.
Okay.
Say they are based on ABC, the country Ghana to move for any Arishimu to fight corruption. That reports have not come out yet. So based on what do you conclude? Say Ghana for any Arishimu in the current government to fight corruption. What's the base of your argument?
Institutional come fine. Some are credible, some are not.
Which ones are not the credible ones?
What these are institutional bodies are more these are individuals who put themselves together to become institutions. I can tell you on the first, even some of these institutions are even politically aligned.
Okay.
The
the Ghana Statistical Service, for example.
What in only Ghana Statistical Service now can say?
Okay.
They say credible, be a politically aligned.
Okay.
Now make one say Ghana for entrusted this current government in fight against corruption. In the sense, say when you records for the past 1 year.
So I can quote Desmond Anyanite 2026.
Yes.
Say Ghanaians don't have confidence.
They don't have confidence in the current government. I will say it again, and it is right. And it is
okay.
Ghana for bring any confidence in this government.
Okay. So Desmond Anyanite
the commitments to fighting corruption
communication team. Sanso and Dr. Alexander Mobile for a lecturer, University, Prince Coast University, and then Ibrahim Mumuni Adams, a member of the NDC communication team. So we'll leave that issue and then move on to the bribery. I mean the security issues. Laboni, just this week, Nkakobi Bank no. And our police force say, but you see, the concerns has been said, criminals have now become so emboldened. Okay, the bullion van attack, police needed to boni timukuni, and which in Adabraka haya daylight robbery, jewelry, omukoria. Okay, that issue, and then the series. Oh, really? So sorry about that. So I mean, let me just any audience come on here. So to us, mommy, maybe our police here, maybe do what the police have done, and my concern is how the criminals have become so embodied.
It has all been so. So we need the modus operandi of these criminals. If I'm back home, I'm escapade, I'm a psycho margin. Say, either I'm going to come alive or I'm going to die.
Or die be die.
Or die be die. That's how they move into their actions. And then they shall say, once it's armed robbery, which involves gun, when you say 50-50. Now, what the years who say a kosopa na for some time now I say annual brass into me who we know. I thought it's a wake up call because we thought we gained some victory over the incidents of robbery in the country. We share sir robbery course here. It means say these are people who are planning because they're not only robbing one bank, but they plan according to the reports from the police. It was 3 banks. The GCB, Zenith, and there's another bank that they were also in Labon. It was 3. And if you look at the way the police intervened to overcome them, for them to have the courage to exchange with the police, these people at this moment, they are only a dangerous species. We need to overcome them, and that's how come two were gunned down, right?
Yeah, true.
And that's serious for the other one to be overcome. I think that we also have to give kudos to the security. It tells you that the Ghana police has upped their game, and they are being more proactive than reactive, and that's what security in this nature should be about. Because they say, among for use other advanced technologies or robbery activities. You so you ask yourself, how did this person know that money has hit my account and he called me and I must be a victim as kind of coin? And it means the police themselves, also enough security intelligence. The security guards number 2 or now, I'm sure this time it's not only about holding guns, but they have been giving some other training and some alert in terms of suspecting people around. On bank premises for and yet banking the Juma and the buy, but you need to be able to know the way or a genuine client to our bank or by Juma as a way with Bonibi. A minimum ATM activities will be down for well over 30 minutes on one bank on cash out from ATM. A month for you now. What is the person to do? It's in all these activities now. Cost one say they need to up there. For me, who say police phone bar at the right time and the way a man almost handling should we need to ask as much as you condemn robbery. No, almost soon, almost age man it was say you command you na abayan soon or Macadiano. Here I have worked with the police in some contexts, and I don't know whether for now it's been worked upon. Share friends saying bulletproof saying most of them have been talking about it. We share the standard relative to the UN standard and form. They were complaining. I was say it to be more because maybe you do sir. I'm robber new police bulletin. It means say who police go to life is at risk.
Yeah.
The head helmets now almost protective gears in was say because I can see that they are ready to put their lives on the line to protect as a civilian, which is why they are in that state. But in as much as they are ready to do that, yes, soon and if you look at the budget allocation to the Ministry of Interior last year, very impressive. It shows government commitment to ensure, say, this time around, enough resources to the not only the police, the armed forces, and the other security agencies, so that they can live up to their billing when it comes to protecting the ordinary citizens. Now, yes, we need confidence. It might go around our daily activities as Ghanaians. Yeah.
Do you think, say, okay, Dr. Amu, do you think, say, we Yakasa police, what's the true word? Yeah, winning tia too long to the extent say right now we see the response. I mean,
from the police.
yeah.
I think the Ghana police. This umkasa umunye. That's one thing that I've noticed. Yeah. This umkasa umunye. So in people, you know, once they get intelligence, they act and they are very effective. They see, you know, also yabu mabasuye umanya there. But said the American, this umusi umunye. I think it's a fair to say morale among police in our form. So police in this way na kwa na or like or person nya bibi free driver ho na there e kire morale ekofom enye bibia because o hustle was we adwuma e ma o man no say kai twema en dipakwa na okono bibia e okay bibia nak enkwem but say skabi animu na just adwuma na ya ja to be to some extent entino morale for me e from now can the issue of Adabraka issue no yeah. I na me ka say me father issue na buy na imagine your Adabraka police station just close to that place. This incident no happened for about 5 minutes to 10 minutes na shooting sikoso sanye moro bi na akofo mo bi a police station one ma at least while omo you the kasa yeah between communicate say I will be koso hanom in the some point but these robbers were able to do their job and driving through sa confirm motorway later mo the videos by pictures by any videos by say umunna musa ekopie ashaman let you say samana obi hwe obusuntinu adentimi course ma move to call destination without police. But me very sure say a man so cause Adabraka police say out because muna muntimi ma hono ma be lack of a year at least, you know, in the Ghana police there adwuma do mu omudi but this be wabo moto intelligence koye obi ankasa timura no I don't know what is mora some near that they were from even to one na be a penny be here so to be like, you know, they don't act in that regard but you know so abanu koso na said the member kan no man no ya
truly no
e koso a so because Adabraka be ananko mu was anu man be aka they would have rushed to the scene and I be sabat ubentimi ama enti we truly no much more no mo be adwuma de e ho hia ye ye share aban enkoso no omo omuna umuntimi mo adwuma pepepe.
One key thing here is police visibility. Do you think, say, we have our men on the ground enough to cause a bit of scare to these robbers?
I'm sure it's an institution. And first of all, I mean, for institution there where they are only be perfect, but we say almost a good one say a bono. Only say here the required logistics. And training now with me edijuma because we sub region here not only Ghana police service require security agencies in Ghana they are always top notch in terms of training nyamo moye you know no chese omo edjuma omo the commitment no only just say only few na kwa say omo SAD no now so generally no yeah what it takes to secure our borders any people within. Now I think the visibility issue there so far for me it's been good but not to the best it's supposed to be. Why you need to say I think for the past years, I think for the past 5 years or so no, you always see police officers across the various traffic lights and other vantage points just to protect lives and property, and I think that they are doing well in that regard. So honestly about question about so now we need more men and women into the service. Now more visible to the citizenry. And you only in Greater Accra across the regions. Now you can call any bamboo equally. My motivation is here. Now intimacy certain bribery maybe a suspicion suspected ecoso. You know what we need to do is a training or more, more recruitment into the system, into the service across the security agencies, and also motivation is very key and the logistics. So far, no, they've done so well. Somebody don't be some big on your bed or may say no chrono in the next moment you won't be
if on per se
yeah unless I was someone chino. But what I say, I think so far so good. Now we shall right and another abemu who say yeah plenty cameras all over the major highways now there just so to protect.
But those cameras were there.
They are still there.
And there are some advancements of
yes, we only need to retool the cameras.
Yeah.
Baby, you need set cameras. The current government, you know, already on auction kina. Now, it me make sure that the security of our people, no, is always on point. Yeah.
Very finally, I wanted us to look at the Interior Ministry's directive to the IGP, the custody issues, but time is not our friend. Into just 1 minute each now.
The Controller Accountant General, Ora Kwesi AJ, Onano as the best performing head of department before the Civil Service Award ceremony. Now, me and Ora Kwesi AJ has been so fantastic so far as the best personality in terms of reforms or their back. Controller Accountant General. How I handle with payments and I didn't know. I want the other heads of departments to look up to the performance and make sure we bring the best out of our public service. Say if you constituency now, abu or some boni di waha assemble to me abu team ya misiao and I can't crew or henso.
Yes, Doc, your final words now.
Yeah, the kind of with regards to corruption, the fight against corruption. I think say I did be a digana for and also minor TBB said be cause of a your investigation, your initiative investigation now. You say you base video na accountability ade ayejuma Sammy no ora boy juma I think say ejuma na omoye no esogana fo ni but omunkoso no munye very speedily said the accountability ebeba.
Okay.
Ghana resources are very few. Ghana ni bia ehia say obeboa na Ghana akonkan baby or bia. Now finally before some economy, my main commend Ghana Amazon to Nigeria. Baba yeah old mate Ghana National College. We say na ochi mu abind the jumedi ehun yishe nsa. Jumedi no okodi no. Eja on Shagan and Munyam, no Shagan and the Shah, for you so and Munyam. Kaka Mekan.
Yes,
okay, the Mekan say, in a call to regional elections, may we share your candidates know well across the country. We will show well now a biomcoti or moon selected Obia Obitima age mono. Because you see, maybe I could do your commitment. Ene obia obitimi ayede aye more odin obitinu wama MPP aban MPP party na ejuma kurinti I hope say by say o meta bani we na obi atene wase na winti we antene wase na nyina eni enye bia beti na mo bia beti na wase na Ghana koni MPP akoni na nyina akoni asumje na hia mo bia nkokuntoka mo bia nkokan sem nti obi was a party wakope. I don't know it's boiled down to the same political party. Now that you know bit me afa it mapa if you as a political party na yakweni. With a Ghana phone na sinyamisha ye na with nyina kweli.
The Deputy Ambassador of Saudi Arabia.
Okay.
The boss Alaji Sari Judge Excellency. And Drana ye pay chira kwan a man was Saudi until me dina simple issue amebusia for and then ndofo nyina yako. Na media me na ne na kamepa na oye mi boss pa kope
kose
nti ne bomb nyame so mpa yese obama na adaho boko na yeso ne wa build na chi no ye beto aso ne aboho ban nti ye man janitor fredos
ene madam was say munya pene Desmond Anyamite, member of the MPP communication team, Dr. Alexander Amo Bafo. My man at the back there. Yeah. The Fugu. Charlie Fugu is far left. Yeah. Thank you very much for being a part of our show today, and we wish you the very best of the week. I say hi Abranaa. So Nyame aduma edame menda ayebe sansubishia na ensema ehuhia say ye ne eche adwen fa ho no yetumi aboa na ye man Ghana etumi ababe krabehwe se ne mabu na nka se me sori na makotena Libya mekọ okọ Burkina ehu ehia ye ntino man Ghana mu ne anya man Ghana yie na entumi be krabehwe efra me wisdom Hededzome wo share me betumi afra me nyansa na mejo so. Good morning.